told me ballin', I was swinging for the gate. See, I was destined for this life. I was hungry, I ain't eat a couple nights. Now I'm driving fast cars to catch flights. Hit the hood with some wood, smoking flight. Shit, I don't know why these niggas fake. These niggas hate cause they know that I'm the great.
What up, Palm Tree? You are tuned into another episode of Palmcast. I'm Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, and your favorite rapper still owes me money. Now, we got one of the hottest producers in LA from the Crenshaw District up in here with me today. Walt Mansa is in the building.
What up, what up?
Good, man. Nice to have you here. Chillin'. Yeah, I guess we better acknowledge the elephant in the room right away. Kee Riche couldn't make it, unfortunately. You know. Anyway,
shout out my boy.
Shout out our boy. Easy Money 2 is out now. Oh, first of all, congratulations to both of you.
Appreciate it, bro.
So how's it feel, man? You came back with the follow-up project to the first one that dropped in 2021. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to know, how did you and Kee first meet?
Well, Kee and I really came together through a mutual friend.
Okay.
We both really had a respect for each other's music already, without already knowing each other. So when my friend introduced both of us, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, bro, like we got to work together. And then when we finally locked in, the project kind of was like the next step, really. Like we locked in and then we made 3 songs the first day we met. So it was like, oh yeah, bro, we definitely got to do a project. And so that was easy, and that's the name Easy Money. It just kind of came together like that. Like everything was supernatural, and so it was such a fun time doing the first one and really putting that shit together. That shit, we were on to the second one in probably 5 months. So
dope. Now, was this during the pandemic that y'all locked in and hit it off right away?
It was, yeah. It was definitely during the pandemic. We were linking up at my studio through the pandemic.
And technically, it's still the pandemic. But when I say the pandemic, I mean during quarantine.
In the thick of it.
Exactly. During that time, man, I feel like all of our creativity just went off the charts. With more time came more reasons to, go balls to the walls as far as your content. Right. So, when you have worked with, a variety of different artists, like our good friend Mo Thorough, as well as Amindi. So what do you think makes these people attracted to you?
Shit, bro. I think honestly, really what it is that they can just be 100% themselves around me. I always feel like that's my superpower. My superpower is not the fact that I can make good beats. It's the fact that I can provide a space and an environment for these artists to really just be comfortable and be themselves, and they don't feel like they have to prove anything or be somebody that they're not. We're just in there making music for fun. And I think that part of all, especially in an industry where you always feel like you have to be productive, it feels good to get around somebody that's just let's just sit back and make something dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's always the vibe I get around you. It's never that you got to be tough, you got to be hard. Right. It's always, laid back. You can laugh with this dude, be your total self, get creative, smoke a little something, drink a little something, just be you.
Nobody's over here trying to prove themselves to anybody, you know what I mean? We're just creatives.
So Walt, man, what was your childhood like, man? Did you come from a musical family? What music was played in the house? Take me back to those early days.
So nobody in my family is really musical. Okay, so my mom, she was in a rap group.
Really?
Yeah, when she was my age. Now, maybe a little, when she was 22, 23.
Okay.
But it wasn't really.
And you're how old now? Sorry to interrupt.
I'm 25.
Okay.
So, my age now, she was in a rap group. But it wasn't her passion. It was her friend's passion that she kind of brought into. So, my family is not a musical family, or or musicians are not in my family, but most of my family do embrace and enjoy music. So my dad, some of my earliest memories with my dad are being in his truck, him playing Isaac Hayes and Al Green and shit, just a lot of early shit, Temptations, and me just being in the front seat. And those are a lot of the introductions to music that I had. And just like my mom is another big music head. Like my dad is like a lot older than my mom, so the music that I was getting that was being played in my house were two different generations of music.
Interesting.
My dad was playing music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, while my mom was playing a lot of shit from the 90s and early 2000s because she was a little younger.
So Pops was the old school, Mom was the hip hop.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So it's like this perfect, it's like this, looking back, I was in the environment of like this perfect blend of just music, you know what I mean? And so it comes out today. Like I'm just like a music head. Like I don't really care what era it comes from, what genre it is. Like if it's good, I'm gonna listen to it, you know. And that comes out in my way I make music too.
No doubt, bro. So tell me about the surroundings you came up around, because you're from this area, right? The Crenshaw District. Shout out to Morris Media Studios, Black woman-owned business.
There we go. This is fire, by the way.
Yeah,
this is fire.
Nothing but the best. Nothing but the finest.
All this is fire.
Right on.
You know.
Shout out to Poetess.
There we go. Shit. So I came up. I actually went to preschool or kindergarten, like maybe down the street, like, you know, on Crenshaw. And then like most of my life up until probably 13, 14 was in the Avs. And then I moved up the hill to like View Park, Windsor area.
Okay.
And
for those who are not familiar with Los Angeles, you know, View Park, Windsor Hills, Baldwin Hills, these are like the, you know, really affluent black communities here in Los Angeles.
Ladera is like one of the richest black cities in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just in population of black people, like how much money they're bringing in. Like Ladera is one of the richest black.
In the LA community, you know, when you have your black doctors, your black lawyers, you know, they're settling down and they're buying houses there.
Ray Charles used to live in View Park.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like a lot of 80s stars, that's where they were moving. Like they were moving to the black Beverly Hills. They weren't moving to Beverly Hills, you know, where it's like they're still being treated like shit out there. They're getting spit on, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but we had our own shit. It's always been like that. It's still like that. Like you come out to Ladera and it's still very upper echelon black family.
So being around all of that, how did that have an effect on you?
It really just gave me some perspective, bro. Like the fact that my dad stays in the Avs and then, because my parents split. Okay. So my dad moved back to the Avs and then my mom stayed in Windsor. Like it's just like this duality. Like I'm at my dad's every weekend and where I grew up really, and that's like, you know, shit. I mean, just to keep it blunt, like it's a lower level of income in you know down there.
Lower
so
socioeconomic status.
Exactly. Excuse me. So there's just a different set of variables there, factors there. And then compared to when I'm going to, I graduated from Westchester. Like, we go to Westchester, niggas is surfing. You know what I mean?
Really?
Niggas don't really surf down here. You know, so it's like you're going out there, or I'm hanging with friends in Ladera, and they're going snowboarding and doing all this extravagant shit. But then I go back to my dad's house, and it's very much like, shit, we're at Van Ness Park playing basketball and fucking, I don't know, I'm back to riding my bike around. You know, it's like, it's a lot less, it's a lot more simple and a lot more.
I think everybody's LA experience is very unique, and like it sounds like you got a good balance of like hood and like with freedom, you know, without restraints.
It's different, bro. You get like, I went to Westchester. I was going to school with white people. You know what I mean? When I was going to when I was going to school, because I've lived all over Los Angeles, Inglewood, Culver City, like wherever. But when I was going to school off King, like there was no white people over there. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it was just black people and Hispanics, which is like the majority population when you come down. When you come down South LA, basically is that. But when you go a little further west, you start seeing white people, Asian people, different types of black people. So it's like this melting pot. So it's really good. It's dope because I see a lot of people on both sides. Like they get stuck in this bubble of like this world that they've been living in their whole life, and it's kind of hard to separate their own experiences from what like the world is, you know what I mean? And so I don't have that problem because I know I know the reality of both situations, you know what I mean?
It's definitely important to have a good balance of both because, you know, I know people who get so insulated into their communities where it's like they feel like, oh, how come you can talk to white people?
Right, exactly.
I'm like, dog, I've been doing this. Like, you know, the same. I grew up going to school with all types of people and a hell of a lot of white, you know? So, again, you know, as kids who grow up in Los Angeles, I feel like we're very fortunate in the sense that we don't deal with the same shit the rest of the country does as far as weather, where part of our culture in Southern California is embracing the cultures of others.
Absolutely.
And I want